today is May 8th, and this is downtown Flagstaff, well, sort of near downtown Flagstaff. And as you can see, it's snowing. And it's really no surprise that it's snowing, because it snows almost every year at the May graduation. And today is the first of two graduation days. We have graduation today and tomorrow as well. But yeah, this is the town, and it's kind of corn snow, but it is snow. And we always have so many people from out of town coming to graduation, and they don't know how to drive in weather, and so it's kind of crazy. But the nice thing is that this weather will pass. It's probably the last weather of this kind that we'll get, and then our beautiful summer weather will begin after that.
Here we are on Saturday, May 9th, and as you can see, we got several inches of snow last night, and the yard looks so funny. Usually it's really smooth looking when snow falls, and it's real bumpy and clumpy out there, and that's because we already have grass, forest grass growing that grows in clumps. So, and then I want to come over here and check on my tomatoes in their walls of water, see what happened over here. Now, as you can see, they're here with snow on top. This one wasn't fully closed, but yeah, the tomato plant in there is doing just fine. Those are, in fact, the snow on top of these probably helped to protect the tomato plants, and the walls of water are not frozen, so they're just holding heat in. The thing I'm wondering about is, I mean, we have like over there's a raspberry bush that already started to leaf out, and we had lots of stuff like that, so I don't know what the snow is going to do. This will probably all be melted by this afternoon, or maybe just within a few hours, and it probably will be the last snow we'll get. And then next week it'll probably be up into the 60s or 70s, and it'll start getting nice again. So, but look at that forest behind my house with all the snow on it and everything. It looks so pretty. So I have to show you something kind of funny. Today is May 14th, and I think we're supposed to get snow tomorrow. We usually don't get it this late. When I planted my tomatoes in walls of water, I was hoping they wouldn't grow out the top, and most of them have not, because they'll be protected in snow and cold weather, but two of them have, so I have given them hats. I'll show you this one over here. This one has really started to grow out the top of the walls of water, which would be fine if we weren't getting snow. And I think we're supposed to go down to 25 degrees tomorrow night. So I really don't want to lose, I wouldn't lose the whole plant probably, but it would get frostbite on top. So I'm going to try this year. I just took a flower pot and stuck it over the top of this, and this one did the same thing. So it looks like my walls of water are wearing little top hats. I will show you tomorrow if it snows, so you can see how the plants are doing, but normally our average last snow in Flagstaff is May 9th. We did have snow last weekend on May 9th, but this is unusual for us to have another one a week later in May. I'm just ready for it to move on and be summer, so I will let you know what happens after we get our weather tomorrow. As predicted, it is May 10th. No, it's not May 10th. It's May 15th. And we are getting more snow. It's mostly melting, because after our last snow last weekend, it was quite warm. But as you can see, the trees out in the forest behind my house and everything are all covered in snow. And yeah, the one really good thing though is that I have my tomatoes that I planted in walls of water, and two of them had grown out the tops. I had their little top hats on them, and so those guys are doing fine. Everything, I think, should do fine, because this really is melting, and it would only be bad if Well, I'm guessing the snow's all going to go away before tonight. I think we are supposed to have freezing temperatures tonight, but this is Flagstaff, Arizona in the spring for you. Just kind of crazy. So here's a little more. Driving along on Friday, May 15th. And it's really snowing. It's really coming down. It's not sticking to the roads, thank goodness. But you know, there's a sign, winter weather conditions, drive with care on May 15th. So it's been warm though, so we really have not had, we haven't had the snow stick to the ground because the ground's pretty warm. Even though it's 36 degrees outside, it is, it's not sticking that much. It's sticking a little bit to the sides of the roads, as you can see. And just so you know too, I am keeping my eyes on the road. I'm just sort of moving my hand around, so I'm hoping that we get some decent footage here. Otherwise, you'll never see this. So, yeah, just kind of a crazy day in Flagstaff. And really, if everything goes the way it should, of course nothing's gone the way it should. If everything does go the way it should, this storm should pass and everything should melt, and then starting next week we should have some nice weather. Well, if everything goes the way it should, but of course nothing's going the way it should right now, because we normally don't get snow this late. We do get snow normally. The average last day of snow in Flagstaff, believe it or not, is May 9th. And we did have snow last weekend on May 9th. And this is just weird. But if everything goes the way it's supposed to, next week it will, next week it'll go away. And the sun should come out and we should start having more summer-like conditions. But certainly isn't acting that way today. So anyway, that's it. Yeah, that's it. Flagstaff's late spring snow. Not terribly unusual to have something like this, but certainly unusual for us to have it this late. But that's okay. We need the moisture. We didn't get as much snow this past year as we normally do, and so to have a little bit more precipitation is always nice, especially because when we pass this point, it truly is fire season. I mean, I wouldn't even be surprised if next week we're at a moderate fire danger rate, because we had a pretty dry winter, and hopefully we won't have a bad fire season. But sometimes we always really do. We always get lots of fires. We had a big one last summer that was not terribly far from my house. So this is nice because any bit of moisture means that we are at a less, that we're not in as much danger of fire. So, okay, that's it. And we'll see you again on my Flagstaff home. Bye-bye.